Hello, it's Carrie, So Much Glitter. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe, like and share any videos that you find in my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you're notified when I come out with new content. I did do my first live today, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really rough. So before we get started, the premise of this video is kind of piggybacking off of that video. So come in, grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack, and let's come around the craft table and create. I'm gonna be utilizing my friend Sala's unicorn digital kit, which can be found on Ko-fi. If you want the details for that, I will put it in the description box below, but it is on all of my live details as well. So you'll be able to find that there. She's at Card Times Ahead, and I love this card kit. I did do a flip through of the digital card kit. Well, I call it a card kit. It's really a digital kit. You can use it for whatever you want. But you can get the details there. And I, on my live today, I did create 2 cards, so please go check that out, and then you can get some creative, crafty ideas going on. And I did use some like little positive affirmation things, and it's just the perfect kit for that. So I did make a mistake on my live today. I mean, I told you the live was very rough. I am by no means a director, producer, or a camera woman. I'm a crafter. And I'm a mental health counselor aside from that. So technical details are not like my strong suit. But when I was trying to make a 5x7 card base, I did accidentally make a 5x5 card base. And that was my mistake because I'm in the craft room. I'm not doing all of the adulting things. Why do I have to think? But, you know, crafting, we do have to think a little bit because we have to measure. But it ended up being a 5x5. I am going to create something from my little mistake, and it's no longer a mistake. It's just a happy accident. And Bob Ross taught us that we can move along and things like that happen, right? So I do prefer, like mostly us card makers make 6x6 cards on purpose. I do tend to prefer a 5x5 card because I don't have to make a special envelope. It's just easier for mailing. I am going to create a gift card holder card today, and this is going to be a birthday card. I'm probably not going to do the whole sentiment and things like that. I don't tend to do that until I know where the card's going, who it's for, and what that sentiment would be good for that recipient. I like to really personalize my cards that way. I don't sell my cards. I don't mass produce them by any means, so I do have the luxury of doing that. I'm going to use this as the focal image. Now I have already cut it because I thought I had already pressed record, and I was talking to myself apparently, and I was cutting this down. So that was my, you know, little mistake, I guess. It's easier to do the pre-recorded videos because I have a little bit more control over the final product. I'm still not great at it, but I do have you know, some editing capabilities thanks to some of the fabulous software that's out there, and it's free. Yeah, I want to start incorporating lives into my creative journey because I think it's a great way to connect with the crafting community. I have a great time on other lives, and I get a lot of great ideas, and we're able to bounce ideas off of each other, and you know, we really get to create something customized for us. It's just like, you know, you're better with a collective, right? So I just wanted to kind of incorporate that into my self-care journey. I'm still trying to iron out a schedule. I've never gone live before. I probably completely screwed it up. I didn't mean to, but you know, it is what it is. We'll figure all that out as we go. And so go over there and watch that if you would like. And then on that video, if you can kind of comment and let me know, like, what is the best day for you to watch a live. And sometimes pre-recorded is just better for people because we're all in different areas of the world. So there's that. I know I don't always get to catch everybody's lives. Everything gets busy. A lot of YouTubers I notice are on during the week and doing the lives during the week, either really early in the morning or like in the afternoon or in the evening. I just don't have time to do a lot of that. Sometimes I do, but I don't the majority of the time. So I don't have that luxury sometimes to be able to hop on and hop off. So that's why I would like to start with the schedule. So I did print all of this out on my home printer, and I forgot to do borderless printing. So I'm going to cut the border off, and I use matte photo paper because I do not have the patience to be fighting with my printer about, is it glossy side up? Is it glossy side down? Oh no, it printed on the wrong side. Double-sided matte photo paper takes the guesswork out of that. Unless if I'm like printing pictures or something of my grandson. I've been doing a lot of that and putting them in fun frames, but that's the only time I'm thinking about that. So we're going to want to think a little bit about orientation on this. But what is so great about this happy accident and this wonderful mistake is it's a 5x5. So we're not really having to think that hard about the orientation. So I'm going to cut this down to a 5x5, and either way I put it, it will be correct on the card. And it's not very often that that happens. I absolutely love these balloons. I think they are so cute. If you go check out the card I made, it could easily be turned into a shaker card. But here's some of my leftover holographic paper for that. And you could check that out. I'm trying to put things away as I go so I don't have as big of a mess to clean up for myself a little bit later. So this is going to go on the inside, if you can see that. I'm sorry, I didn't even see if I'm in a frame. I'm just going to do strictly 5x5. I don't need a border for this. I do have some leftover glitter on my project. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's from my rock candy from my haul video I did the other day. I do like to create the card front first and then glue it onto the card base. That is what I like to do, because if I mess anything up, I have not wasted a card base and I can start again. I'm setting these things off to the side because these things are going to be going on the inside. I want to add a little bit of fun sparkle to this. I just do not know what unicorn I want to use. I really, really like these unicorns. They remind me, I think this is my favorite, to be honest. It's very Rainbow Brite-esque to me for some reason because of the coloring, and so I love it. But we have these options as well. And that's more of like a lighter pastel option. And that would be really, actually really cute with some glue and putting glitter on here. And then we have that pretty girl too. So, but I am going to use this, and I'm probably just going to offset this just a little bit and not do a full frame around it. Just to put this right in here. I could do a sentiment on the front, which would kind of allude to what maybe the card is. I'm going to take a risk and do a hand cut here because I'm being very, very brave because I really don't trim anything straight. I want to put extra right there because I don't know how I want this to go. I kind of like it like that a little bit better. Still have this for leftover, and then I'm just going to glue this directly down. If I'm in frame, I'm going to glue this directly down here, and that's going to be the front of the card. I do have some, and then we have some more elements here which could be cut out as well and put on the card. I could probably like put a present or something underneath, which would be really cute. I think I'm just going to let everything speak for itself at this moment. But I do have some fun sentiments from Collage Soup, and I'm wondering if I want to put that on the front or if I want to wait to put those inside, because when I was doing my live, I did create like a positive affirmation card, and that is what I used. And those are free on their website. I've been doing a little bit more with like collage and, oh, how am I putting this? Okay. And so I'm kind of discovering that. So I've tried out a few of Collage Soup's elements, and I'm bumping the camera. I do apologize. And let's just kind of center this up a little bit. Now I do have to look on it head on to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Oops, and it did move because that's more of like a smooth background. So that's going to take a second, for probably a few seconds, for that glue to set up on there. But it does, and I just use regular, my PVA glue. I really, really love the glue. And, oops, it's still a little bit crooked. Hey, if I can make anything crooked, by golly, I will. That's my special power. So I believe that my live, as we're speaking, is uploading, and I haven't had a chance to put any links or anything in it, but by the time this video is up, there will be plenty of links for that video for you. And now I'm just going to glue this right on the front. I do have another plan to like zhuzh this up a little bit, so I'm wondering if the sentiment might be a little bit big, or not big, but a little bit too much. I don't want to kind of crowd. I want this to speak for itself. Solid did such a good job with creating this that I really want this to speak for itself. I think I'm going to ink up around the edges a tiny bit because this is a white core and you can kind of tell. I might need to get, I wanted like more, in my live today, I did do a blue, but I might want a little more of a pink, and I have some stuff. I was thinking of these because I do have these, and these are supposed to be similarly to a Distress Oxide type of thing, because these are a hybrid. I do like these, but they just don't, it just doesn't come through as much when like you wet them down. It doesn't move as well. But I do like them. I mean, I don't dislike them at all. But it doesn't come through like Distress Oxide does. But I was thinking that this was Stargazer, because it's a reactive hybrid water-based ink. I was thinking it came on the pad as pink, not purple, but it gets pink when it's wet, so I'm not going to use that. So I'm probably going to use like a Spun Sugar. We have a Cactus Flower. That's a little bit too dark, I think. Oh, or we have, oops, Shaded Lilac, which would be fun. I got into collecting these little mini ones at one point. Okay, it's between one of the two of those. And those are a lot of fun. So do we want pink or do we want purple? I mean, either way, we're not losing out, right? I am doing a pink pom-pom on it. So let's just offset that a little bit and let's do purple, because we want the full, I hope this isn't dried out. We want the full unicorn color effect. And I'm just simply inking up the edges. Nothing extreme, nothing crazy. I'm just inking up the edges to give it more of a finished look, and so you don't see that white core of that paper. You see just a little bit of shading, and it's just going to make it pop just a little bit up against the white. And normally, and I don't know today if I will or not, but normally I have it's too much white. So normally when I put a card down on something white, see, it just kind of pops just a little bit. I normally don't like to see all the white space, so I try to knock that back with some shading. So we'll see if that's what I do. And I want to make this a gift card holder, like I said, and I think I want to get more of this to be the gift card. And what I'm going to do is just simply mark right there, and then that's where I'm going to cut. And then when I glue it down, I'm going to stick something in the middle right there. So it kind of trains the paper to be like something that is going to be like thick, like a gift card, and that would be that. And then I'm just going to glue each side, and this is similarly what we would do with our junk journals and making pockets and things like that. That's what I'm doing. super easy to make a gift card holder. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be. I mean, there are ways to make fancy gift card holders. And I'm just going to line this up over here to know that I'm straight. So I have the card as my guide, which is nice. And glue that down. And I just leave that little thicker piece of cardstock right there, because then it's being glued down with that being in there. So there will be no struggle when doing anything in and out of it. So that's what I suggest when you're making pockets and things like that. If you want to slide things in and out smoothly, because I've made this mistake, that's why I'm saying this, you want to put something that's similar thickness in there. And I'm trying to put everything away as I work. So this will be the card. And then we're wondering how the pom-poms are going to come into play, right? Well, that's going to be something fun to make this card just a little extra special for our recipient. And something a little bit more stands out, a little bit more creative. I'm kind of flopping the glue everywhere, not meaning to. And I'm just going to put this down here. Try to give it a nice, like, little sturdy anchor so it doesn't move around. So there is that. So that's why I was wondering if the sentiment would be too busy or not. I don't know. So let's get to this first. I'm going to put this little palms right on the outside of the card. I'm going to do my Fabri-Tac for this. And I just recently used my Fabri-Tac in my live, so it should be a little bit more primed. I probably need more, but if I kind of like shake it and roll it and things like that, and I'm just going to stick this right over the gift card holder, it comes out a lot easier for me. So I don't have to keep like a full bottle all the time, because the price of this did go up like everything else, right? So I'm trying to maximize my supplies, and I'm not going to buy it until I absolutely need it. And I'm going to get out my ribbon scissors, because I have scissors for everything. Trim that down. And that might need to be trimmed down just a little bit more. And this just kind of gives it a little something extra, right? It really goes with the unicorn, I think. I think it's just like, that's super fun. I really like that. And then the gift card's going to go in here. We could do a sentiment inside from the collage soup, but I don't know really who this is going to, what this is for, if it's for a celebration, if it's for a birthday. You know, did somebody have a big accomplishment and they deserve big gifts? I don't know. I don't know what this is for. So I really tried to hold off on all of that, because that's how I like to personalize my cards a little bit more. I really do like sparkle, shimmer, and shine. That's really good. Balloons and confetti, that's cute. That's always nice, right? And I could just do like balloons and confetti and then whatever sentiment I want there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trim this paper down a little bit so it's easier to cut around. And I have decorative scissors in my stash. I could have gotten those out and make it a little bit more zhuzhy, if that's a word. Okay, I'm just going to cut that down. And probably going to end up to be a little bit crooked. Like, welcome to my life. I think I'm making something straight and I'm just not. So there we go. So that's where that's going to go, just at the top. Really just simple and cute. And then it gives us plenty of space to write a personal message. Do a different stamp for whatever the occasion is. I've got stamps for all occasions in my stash, probably like most of us card makers, because I'm big into the stamping. And I did get glue there a little bit. So there's the inside of the card. Now, do I want to make it even? Get back out my purple. And I think I probably do, because I want to knock back a little bit of this white space and make that purple up front make a little bit more sense. Tie it together, and then this is a done card. All I have to do is personalize the back of it, which is I'll do at the very end, which I did forget to do on my live because I've never, like I said, I've never gone live before, and you know, it was rough. It was rough, it looked rough, so, and maybe we kind of just want to knock in the middle a little bit, just really light-handed, and it just kind of ties everything together. So we have the pink and the purple, and now you get to see all of the rest of my craft desk and the area I'm working with, because I accidentally knocked into that. I'm going to close my glues. This one does smell a little bit, but it doesn't stick around for long because it's an acetate glue, or yeah, acetone, not acetate. Sorry. Let's get out my stamp pad. Let's get out my personalized stamp. And I have my VersaFine, which I have it's hinged. It broke a long time ago. I don't know what happened to it. But I did just watch one of Bitty Penny's videos the other day, and she was saying that she'll be really sad when her VersaFine goes dry or whatever. Like, she'll need a new one, because I don't think there's re-inkers for this, because they're not making this hinged lid anymore, she said. I didn't know that. I've actually had this one like 3 to 5 years. I've had this one for a while. So, I mean, this ink has lasted a lot, and I use this ink for almost everything when I craft, and every single time for my personalized stamp. So that ink has lasted a long time. So I don't think you have to worry about that for a while, Bitty Penny, but she uses her ink way more than I do, because she's the one that goes live multiple times a week, and really early in the morning. She has time for that, so that's nice. I love that. Okay, so here we go. Balloons and confetti. There is room for a gift card in here, and then an original creation made just for you by So Much Glitter. I hope you guys really go check out Sala's kit, and you're able to get plenty of ideas. And if not, and if you like the kit and you don't know what to do with it, grab the kit, come on back here. We will create together, and we will give each other ideas, because that's what the crafty community is for. Have a fabulous day, guys, and make time for self-care, and join me next time. And don't forget to catch out the very first ever live that I did. Thanks. Bye, guys.